for joining me again today. Now, as the title of the video indicates, this is about Sheffield 2023. So, what is Sheffield 2023? Sheffield 2023 is arguably the biggest powerlifting event of all time. It happened this Saturday just past, and it was where the 12 top men and 12 top women took each other on with a goal of finding out who is the best. So different scoring systems have existed throughout powerlifting history for circumstances like this, comparing weight classes, commonly like the Wilks, Glossbrenner, IPF points. But instead, the formula for this was determined by how close you are to the IPF world record in that weight category. So, for example, if in the 66 class the world record total was 100 and I got a 102.5, I would be at 102.5%. But if someone else in the 66 class did 108, they'd be at 108%, so therefore they'd win. Obviously, that's weight class to weight class, records change, and it's a lot more complicated formula than that. So why is this the biggest event of all time? The prize fund, really. Well, I went to the event, I was there live, I saw all of the world records broken. Out of the 64 IPF Open world records, 39 were shattered. That's incredible. And when I was there, I got an event program, so a lot of information's in here. So detailing everything about Sheffield City Hall, the location of the event, why Sheffield's significant to the powerlifting industry, with probably the best manufacturer in the world, SBD, being based literally within a 5-mile radius of the venue location. But here we get to the prize funds. So the total prize fund is £365,000. The maximum for any individual athlete to gain is £40,000. That could come from any world record that was broken on the squat, bench or deadlift. If you walk away with a world record, a new world record, you get £5,000. So if I broke the squat record, that's £5,000 in my back pocket. If I then went and broke the bench press world record, that's another £5,000 in my back pocket. I'm up to 10,000. And then if I went and did the deadlift world record, that's another 5,000. I'm at 15,000 already. So the other 25,000 comes from if you were to place first, because the prize fund for first place is £25,000. Pounds. I keep saying dollars. That used to everything being worked around in dollars, but being in our own country, it's pounds. Second place is £12,500, and third place is £7,500. There's prize funds all the way down to 10th place. Again, these are splits. There'd only be 4 people walking away without prize fund based on the totals, which even still, those 4 people could be absolute bench specialists and go and smash bench world records. So moving on to the athletes that was there and how they got there. So you got there by being at the IPF World Championships, Classic Championships 2022, and achieving at least 95% of your class's world record total. So let's go back to our example earlier. If I was in the 66 kilo weight class and the world record's 100, I would at least have to hit 95. If I hit 94, probably not in. If I hit my totals like 102, yeah, I've smashed that 95%, I'm in. Other ones are from regional representatives, like Oceania, Japan, a lot of other areas that don't get a big representation. And most controversially, the remaining slots were filled by wildcards selected by SBD. Like if we take a look at some of these, we've got Agata Shitko. She was picked because of her performance at the World Championships, and although that she didn't hit the 95%, she is an incredible bencher. So anything can constitute to getting picked. We have a bit about powerlifting history. The sport only really began, it's only been going about 50 years in its format as we know it today, with the squat, bench and deadlift, but before then it was a real wild extravaganza where you just had anything going on. It was like 50 different disciplines were known to happen in powerlifting meet. Like we've got the strict curl and log press, that used to be in there. Just any event really, just to test the strength of humanity. Then of course we have a bit about the brief history of SBD. This surprised me when I read this. I thought SBD had been around for a very, very, very long time. Turns out no, they've only just been about for 10 years. I thought they'd been a true back of the powerlifting industry from the real beginning, like in the 70s. But no, 2013 SBD. Again, it mentions just about how revolutionary their kit is, the belt and the knee sleeves. And then we've just got a bit of the event schedule. So, SBD Sheffield 23 Powerlifting Championships. It was an incredible event. It was split over 2 flights, obviously the men and the women. Sheffield 24, I believe it's confirmed for sometime in September next year. I will 100% be attending that. I really enjoyed being at this meet, watching it. Hopefully in a few years' time I'll be lifting there myself. You never know. So, who won? So, yeah, that's probably what we're all asking. So, strangely, none of the IPF World Classic Open champions won. For the women, Evie Corrigan from New Zealand won after she dropped a weight class and managed to maintain practically all her strength and just completely blew the competition out of the water. Didn't break any world records other than the total, so again that just shows you how well-rounded you can be. You don't have to excel at different lifts to be good. You can just be all well-rounded, and that will win you a competition, as we've seen there. And speaking of blowing the competition out of the water, another wild card, Jesus Olivares. He won the men's category, and he's did some incredible lifts on that day. Squatting 470 kilos, that's incredible, only 7.5 kilos off the IPF world record that I believe stood for nearly 7 years. Another world record that stood for 7 years, the deadlift world record, but not anymore. He went and shattered that, being the first man in IPF history, classic anyway, to break the 400 kilo mark. It was incredible to watch. 410 kilos, move like a hot knife through butter. And his total absolutely obliterated the previous total world record, adding about 150 pounds onto it. That was incredible. And he did it all with ease. So looking forward to see what he can do in the future. So that was SBD Sheffield 23. So I'm going to thank you for joining me, and tune in next week to see what else I've lined up for you.